Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first goal explosion of this season. Avs win 6-4 over the Carolina Hurricanes. Each period was very unique in this hockey game. Period 1 was a pretty normal period with normal hockey things going on. Period 2 was the goal explosion, and Period 3 was a maximum security prison. Honestly, a very fun game to watch though, a lot of offense that worked well for both sides. The overarching big problem for Colorado, and this goes through the entire first 5 games of the season, including this one, is penalties. They continue to take far too many penalties. And while their PK continues to be really good, it's no longer perfect, and if you keep giving teams power play opportunities, you're eventually going to get scored on, no matter how good your penalty kill is. And yes, I know the calls were a little bit weird in this game, but it's not an excuse for taking 5 penalties. You got to be able to clean it up sometimes. The first goal of the game, it's technically a successful PK for the Avs, but Carolina doesn't score this goal without the opportunity. The dying throws of an Avs PK here, they've really done a good job to this point, but failed puck collection along the wall allows Carolina possession in the zone. The Avs are kind of a little bit spread flat here. They don't have a lot of versatility on this coverage. As it works down low, they just don't cover the middle of the ice particularly well. This basically rests all on Girard to stop this pass from getting through. Lecky will get there eventually, but he's just a smidge late, and it's hard to even fault him because he has to respect his backside as well. This puck just is a very nice backhand pass right through Girard's legs, and then it's a good finish from there. This game had a lot of ebbs and flows to it in the first 40 minutes of it, and this was one of those. The Avs didn't play a bad period or anything. In fact, they outshot Carolina 12-6 in the period, really had the better of possession. Carolina just did a good job of capitalizing on an opportunity there. And even with Carolina missing 2 of their key forwards, they're still a good hockey team. Good hockey teams do that. The Avs do have their own answer, capitalizing on opportunities though. Raijo wins a faceoff back. Lehkonen does help out in winning that faceoff, and some chaos ensues during this faceoff too, where a Carolina player's helmet comes popping off, and this creates a situation that is essentially a 5-on-3 for Colorado. So things get squirrely immediately for Carolina, and keep in mind they really only had 20 seconds to get out of this period and be okay, but this chaos creates all sorts of weirdness. Makar fires a shot in deep. It's a bad shot, really not a good play by any stretch, but a good play is Lehkonen getting on his horse and winning the race to this puck. You even catch a guy falling down on the backside for Carolina. Their penalty kill is falling apart in a hurry. Lecky does the smart thing anyone would do on this power play. Give the puck to Nathan MacKinnon, right? That's all you really got to do here. It's not complicated. And Nathan MacKinnon is an all-world hockey player who makes hockey players look really bad on a regular basis. He cuts one way, he cuts the other way, he's created a ridiculous amount of space, and then he fires a puck through somebody's legs to Raijo on the back door. He's just nasty. Raijo, smart enough to get his body in front of this one. It goes off of his skate and into the net. So you're in a good hockey game from there. The Avs managed to get that goal on the front part of that power play. You don't get into that weird split power play situation. It's a big part of the reason they brought Raijo into this team. I know a lot of people have been asking the Avs to get better at face-offs over the last, half a decade even. Raijo is that guy for Colorado. So you're gearing up for a dogfight of a hockey game. Tied at 1 with 40 minutes to play, 2 good teams. You're expecting some of it here. And I guess I should start expecting Logan O'Connor to score shorthanded goals. Not the star of this play, but check out Cale Makar on the penalty kill. Gets in there, gets his stick on one puck, doesn't completely force a turnover, but then gets his stick on the second puck coming back, and that one creates the turnover. The Avs are able to get the ice quickly. Jacog's throwing it up the ice to LOC because right now that's what you do on the penalty kill, and LOC just beats 2 guys up the ice clean. He cuts it right down the middle and is just faster than what Carolina has to offer. And this time, it's the backhand that works. If you're new to watching hockey, this is not normal. Entire teams will go a full season without scoring 3 shorthanded goals, let alone 1 guy in 3 consecutive games. Whatever voodoo LOC has going on the PK, just don't touch it and ride that stuff as long as it's working. Which was for about 7 more minutes. You keep giving teams power plays, they're going to convert. Finally, the Avs penalty kill is no longer perfect. Carolina gets the zone on this power play here. It's pretty standard setup, nothing too fancy as this gets worked across to Burns. The Avs are set up okay here. They're just put in a tough situation. Jack Johnson, the D defending in deep, essentially has to try and defend two guys. As Girard faces the shooter for the shot, Johnson has to choose between stick lift here, which is where he's initially at with this play, but he also has to respect the pass to the bumper man in the middle, or else you're giving up a quality scoring opportunity. Johnson does eventually commit to that middle as the shot comes through. That leaves a completely uncontested screened man in front of Georgiev. Georgiev just peeking around the right side as the shot comes in over his left shoulder. And yeah, that's why power plays are hard. Look, even if the PK is all of a sudden terrible for the next week or two, they've bought enough goodwill with me that it's all right. The Avs' job is to take less penalties going forward. Their PK's done way too much heavy lifting. And really, it was that goal that started off the goal explosion. Including that goal, there would be 5 goals over the next just over 10 minutes of hockey. With the initial barrage coming from Carolina, they regained the lead. Earlier in this play, McKinnon turned over a puck that probably should have been out of the zone, but after that, this is just quality offense by Carolina, and honestly, it's not bad defense from the Avs either. They're pretty spread out here, but they're all taking their man. There's nothing super dangerous out on the ice at this moment, but as a puck comes in deep, first of all, you'd like a little bit of help on this coverage. Is a little bit too easy for that guy to get to the center of the ice. But as the shot comes through, the initial shot is blocked by Nathan MacKinnon. He's here defending well. It's just that pucks take funny bounces. This one comes off Nathan MacKinnon right to the stick of Michael Bunting, and he has all the time in the world to pull this one back and lift it. That's tough. Look, I think it's pretty clear the Avs didn't have their best night defensively, both the skaters and Georgiev here. And there's going to be a lot of tape for them to look at and improve upon, particularly those top guys. Nathan MacKinnon finished tonight a -2, despite scoring a goal later in this game. But ultimately, this became another new challenge for the Avs this season. The first game that they've trailed multiple times in, they're able to get it together, come back, and take care of what they need to. And you know what? When your top guys aren't going, it starts with the depth. What is initially a really nice neutral zone for Freddie Olofsson here. He gets the puck, makes one nice move to the outside. They create space, not full-on interference, but a stick gets in there. Some incidental contact here. This is depth guys creating chaos, and it works well. The initial entry attempt does not work, however, but that's where fourth liners thrive. They go to work, they win a puck, they get it into the zone, it comes onto Olofsson's stick behind the play, he walks in, he's got space, he has enough of Sam Girard joining the rush that it is a threat that has to be respected, and Olofsson just fires a puck high glove, and he beats Kochetkov. That right there is exactly the goal the Avs just never seemed to get last season. There's enough skill in these depth forwards that when you need one, they can find their way to a goal. You don't have to shorten your bench to an egregious level. You don't have to hope that your top stars can just figure it out by themselves. The supporting cast is there. And from there, the power play was tired of getting outdone by the penalty kill and shorthanded goals. The Avs would get another opportunity on the power play, and they would make it count. This is Cale Makar collecting a puck on the power play. This is Cale Makar going essentially coast to coast by himself on the power play. And this is what makes now the drop pass essentially undefendable. Because if you try and cheat it, if you try to get in behind Makar and stop him from dropping it to Nathan MacKinnon, guess what? Makar's just going to take off and beat you because he is that good. He gets the easy zone entry. He pulls up. The threat of the guy cutting down the middle and Lehkonen is absolutely there. But Makar decides that he's actually the best player in the world and decides to walk more of Carolina's defense than he already has. He fires a pass through ridiculously well to Ryjo. Ryjo throws it on net. It is a decent initial save, but the rebound comes out, and Lecky, that guy who drove the net at the start of this play in the zone, gets rewarded and just has to slip her in. Again, a supporting cast goal. Yes, Cale Makar does all-world stuff on that play, but the puck does not go in the net without Ryan Johansson and without Artturi Lehkonen. Lehkonen, by the way, with a 4-point night in this hockey game. That is massive. Involved in all 3 of the Avs power play goals, getting that unit going a little bit. You just love to see it. And the Avs were far from done there. They wanted to bury this game in the second period. I know I said it was a bad night for MacKinnon, but he still is Nathan MacKinnon after all. Not even a dump in necessarily, but a puck that gets deflected in the neutral zone deep into Carolina's zone. Oh, hey, look, it's the Avs hard workers, Val and Lecky, going to work, Gonna win a puck battle here. Lecky actually goes around the net, but Val first one in, slides it across to Lehkonen. Lehkonen, you don't really see it from that angle, but had a very good read of the ice. He saw Carolina overcommitting deep, knew the lane to the middle was there, as did McKinnon jumping onto the ice. Look at how far he torched this guy. Jesus, he's fast. He steps into the slot, and well, yeah, he's pretty good from that range. The Avs did put McKinnon together with Nichushkin and Lehkonen for most of the second half of this game, and that line worked. The Avs are starting to find that flexibility in their top six, putting different guys with different people. It's really fun to watch, if I'm honest. And why not add one more, just for funsies? Another power play face-off win for Ryjo here. It's not directly leading into the goal, but this play doesn't happen without it. After the Avs win it back, they get it down to Mikko on the half wall. Mikko makes a stupid bad play, but gets away with it because he's able to get the puck back, cuts to space, says, you know what, I don't really think I have any options here. He could probably get this puck to Kale if he really wanted. That seems not really open. There's not a ton to do down with these guys, so he just throws it at the net, and when you're Mikko Rantanen, good things happen. So this is a game the Avs trailed by one early, gained a lead, blew it, got it back, and then just took over. This period was based mostly on efficiency, though. It really wasn't that good of a period process-wise. Avs got doubled up in shots, 16 to Carolina, 8 for Colorado. But sometimes that can be a little bit deceiving. You don't need that many shots when half of them go in the net. More than half. Honestly, the Avs scored 5 goals in this period. That's one period as many goals as they have in any other game so far this season. And then the third was an absolute snoozer because of hard work from the Avs. The Avs didn't turtle here. I want to be clear. They outshot Carolina 8-5. But that's my point. Carolina only gets 5 shots on goal in a third period where they trailed by 3 going into it. Colorado just gave them absolutely nothing to work with. Even then, Carolina does find one garbage time goal. The Avs are going to lose a puck battle along the wall here. It's not great, and then they kind of just start chasing the play. A whole lot of guys looking at the puck, a whole lot of guys chasing the puck, and that leads to bad stuff. As this puck comes out, McKinnon also kind of committing to no man's land here. He just doesn't do a very good job of being in this passing lane, and that's okay. Not really that big of a deal. This is a shot from really not that dangerous of an area. Taves doing a good job trying to clear out that screen. This one just beats Georgiev. And I care exactly 0 about that goal. It had no impact on the outcome of the game and just wasn't particularly meaningful. The Avs find a new way to win this season. That's 5 very unique games. There is no one specific style that the Avs are playing to get through these. And that reminds me a lot of their cup run 2 years ago, as opposed to last year where it seemed like they really struggled to find ways to win unusual games. I get it. Carolina was a hampered version of themselves. This game may look very different if Aho and Svechnikov are in the lineup, but the Avs continue to find ways to take care of business, even with their imperfections in their game, even with the too many penalties, even with the weak defense and goaltending in this one, the Avs still win. Still perfect at 5-0. You just can't ask for a whole lot more than that. That is the end of this 10-goal video review. Thank you for watching this first smorgasbord of a video of the season. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and if LOC keeps scoring these shorties, we're going to have to come up with some kind of bit for that.